have been sweating like profusely all day today thinking about this. I hope a bug does not crawl in my sweatshirt. I'm just thinking of the worst of the worst. Like, it gets in my hair, or I don't even know. This is going to be interesting. I went to this reptile store called Animal Addicts. There were all sorts of animals in there, from lizards to geckos, cockroaches, different kinds of worms, and of course, snakes. A couple owns the store and they breed snakes, which has amounted to over 500 snakes in the store. I was nervous walking around at first. I never stepped foot into shops like this, let alone touch any kind of reptile. There weren't really any insects to hold in the store, but snakes and hissing cockroaches definitely fall into the category of things I do not like. I started off with this smaller snake. I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know how it would feel and if it would react to me holding it.
They're automatically
see,
spread
like,
them out, but
they're not gonna bite, or
this one doesn't. If it's in a ball, you're good. Yes, just make sure.
Yeah.
They sometimes will start coming out. But you can also feel like the muscles.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
Just gonna take out a random ball python here. So, ball pythons are called ball pythons because what they do when they get scared is they roll up into a ball. They hide their head. So right there, it's going to tell you when it is afraid, it's going to ball up. It's not going to bite you.
With this next snake, I felt a little more confident after watching the owner handle it and talk about the snake. This one was definitely more active, so once it was moving its head, it made me a little nervous. I had so many thoughts going through my head. I didn't want to drop the snake, but I kept it at a good distance away from me just in case. At this point, it was cool, but I was ready. I was like, okay, get this away from me, please.
Hissing cockroach. If we're talking about morphs or how they look, this is a tiger.
Wow, this is worse than the snake. This is worse than the snake.
Snake could have bit you. This guy isn't gonna bite you. Now, I say it's a guy because he's got the two little horns there. That means that it's a male. He is large enough to hiss, but like we said, hissing is not them being mean. That's air escaping from their body.
This is worse than the small of my...
I'll stop it. You just put your hand out. Like, do you want to pet his back and see if they dress it up? Okay.
Okay.
So that's not bad. Alright, so now you put your hand out like this. I got you.
Okay.
Okay. Take a deep breath. You got this.
Ooh, okay. Yep.
So the whole premise behind our store is to face your fears. Knowledge is beauty, and we base a lot of what we do on education. One of the biggest fears out there is going to be like snakes and spiders. With that being said, once you learn about them, you are going to have a good appreciation for them, and that usually it takes away the fear. Myself, I was definitely afraid of snakes. I couldn't even come into our store without having a full-on panic attack. But then I started learning about them, and we do grow up being told that the snakes around here are bad. And yes, you don't want the rattlesnakes and the bull snakes and the garter snakes. They're all going to bite you, and they're not going to be nice to hold. But when you move on to something that's captive bred, it is a completely different personality. You also learn that snake bites don't really hurt. If you have tattoos, if you have piercings, those hurt way worse.
That last part was probably the worst because I never would have thought I would ever hold a cockroach. That thing was huge, and luckily it wasn't hissing because I probably would have ran. It felt disgusting, and I couldn't look at it too long. But if you know me, this trip to Animal Addicts was major for me. I can't stand just being in the presence of anything that crawls, hops, or slithers. It was such a good experience, and it kind of made me think differently since I was able to get more knowledge on the animals. I'm not going to lie, I did not conquer my fears and I'm still scared of insects and reptiles, but I thought it was a good experience.